Here's something interesting I've just noticed or learnt about how the general public and non-musicians perceive things about singing and music and the voice. So I am a member of a Facebook group which is all about requesting songs for a playlist. So 2 years ago, I made a post requesting songs for a playlist that I was calling Excellent and Out of Tune, because I wanted my vocal clients to stress less about being perfectly in tune all the time, because it really isn't the most important thing in singing. So I asked for people to share tracks where the singer is singing a bit pitchy, a bit out of tune, but where it doesn't really matter. The song's great, they're great, and it just doesn't really affect our experience of the song that much. I got over 300 comments because it's a large group, and as I've started going through them, I realized that what people perceive as out of tune is often nothing to do with out of tune. One of the songs that I have looked at that someone recommended for the playlist even is, I'm pretty sure, auto-tuned. So one of the things that people will perceive as out of tune includes distorted vocals, screamy, growly vocals, or where the voice cracks. So even if the singer was doing a pretty clearly deliberate voice crack as part of their artistic expression in the song, people have submitted that song as an out of tune. The Beatles' Twist and Shout, very distorted and growly in vocal texture, but not out of tune. And then other things that people will perceive as out of tune is a very spoken style of singing. So if you think about Billie Holiday, she's an amazing classic jazz singer who often sings in a very speaky kind of way. So it's kind of like half of what she's saying, she's actually just speaking, and then she's singing, and she'll scoop into her notes a lot of sliding around, but it's not out of tune. It's all very intentional, and when she gets to the pitch, it's always bang on. But it's just the style of her singing that is very spoken and slidey. And then sometimes it'll be just an artistic musical choice of a note that is a little bit clashy, or just like a bit of a blue note over the top of the chord. So I just think that that's really interesting to learn how people perceive out of tune singing, because a lot of these songs I'm listening to and I'm thinking, I'm not hearing any pitchiness going on in this singing at all. So that also reflects on how people think of their own singing, not just the music that they're listening to. I will share the playlist when I have finished going through these 300 comments, and hopefully it can encourage you to enjoy singing without being super focused and super worried about being bang on the center of the pitch all the time, because it's not necessarily that important all the time.